Welcome to Aviation Aftermath.
Today, we revisit one of the darkest days in aviation history, a day that shook Canada, India, and the entire world. This is the story of Air India Flight 182, the largest mass murder in Canadian history, and a tragedy that, even 40 years later, still echoes in the hearts of those who remember. It's June 23, 1985. Air India Flight 182, a Boeing 747 named Kanishka, departs Toronto on a journey to Mumbai with scheduled stops in Montreal, London, and Delhi. On board are 329 people, 307 passengers, and 22 crew members. Most are Canadians of Indian descent. Many are families with children, doctors returning from conferences, artists traveling for exhibitions, students on summer trips, and grandparents eager to see loved ones. The atmosphere on board is calm, the skies are clear, and the crew is preparing for the final descent into London. The aircraft is cruising at 31,000 feet over the Atlantic Ocean. Unknown to everyone on board, a deadly plan is about to unfold. At 8:14 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, a devastating explosion tears through the forward cargo hold. A bomb, hidden in a checked suitcase, detonates instantly, ripping open the fuselage. The pressure difference causes catastrophic decompression. The Boeing 747 breaks apart in midair, and within moments, all 329 lives are lost. Only 132 bodies are ever recovered from the sea. The rest vanish into the depths of the Atlantic, their final moments forever shrouded in tragedy. News of the disaster spreads rapidly. In Canada, India, and across the globe, grief grips communities. Of the victims, 268 are Canadian citizens, 86 of them children. Entire families are wiped from existence in an instant. Recovery efforts are harrowing. The cargo ship Laurentian Forest spots floating wreckage and bodies scattered across the ocean. Forensic examinations reveal the horrifying truth. Some passengers died from the blast itself, others from the sudden decompression, and some from drowning after being ejected into the freezing water. In a chilling parallel, just hours earlier, another bomb linked to the same plot explodes at Japan's Narita Airport, killing 2 baggage handlers. What follows is the most extensive and expensive investigation in Canadian history. It quickly becomes clear this was no accident. Authorities trace the bombing to Sikh extremists based in Canada seeking revenge for the Indian government's 1984 military operation at the Golden Temple. The attackers exploited loopholes in baggage handling. They checked a suitcase containing the bomb onto a flight in Vancouver, destined to connect to Air India Flight 182 in Toronto, without ever boarding the plane themselves. Despite early warnings from intelligence agencies about potential threats to Air India flights, security systems failed to intercept the plot. The attack exposed deep flaws in intelligence sharing and airport security. Canadian authorities, the RCMP and CSIS, faced criticism for failing to act on multiple tips and surveillance data. The legal process was long and painful. Only one man, Inderjit Singh Rayat, was ever convicted on charges related to building the bomb, while other key suspects were acquitted for lack of evidence. For many families, it felt like justice was never served. The tragedy forced sweeping changes in Canadian aviation security. New measures included stricter baggage screening, improved passenger verification, and greater cooperation between intelligence agencies. The Canadian government also launched the Kanishka project, funding research to counter violent extremism. Memorials to the victims now stand in Toronto, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Montreal. Yet for the families, the pain never fades. Many never receive the remains of their loved ones. Others still carry unanswered questions about how the attack was allowed to happen. For them, this is not just history. It is an open wound. The victims of Flight 182 were more than names on a list. They were parents, children, teachers, artists, and dreamers. Their absence left holes in communities across Canada and India, gaps that will never be filled. Today, their lives are remembered through memorials, ceremonies, and archives that preserve their stories for future generations. The story of Air India Flight 182 is a stark reminder of the cost of hatred, the dangers of complacency, and the importance of vigilance in protecting lives. Thank you for listening to Aviation Aftermath. If you found this story important, please share it. And remember, every lesson learned in aviation brings us closer to safer skies.